Hello and welcome to another episode of No Load Time. My name is Obed Velez, and with me, still most interesting man in the world, Julian.
What's good? No load time. Obed, good to be with you, bro. Hope you're doing well, man.
Good to be here, sir. I'm doing all right. We're under the Florida snowfall, aka the freaking pollen attack, and all this
Yes.
pollen is everywhere, and it's terrible. And my eyes are burning, and my throat is burning, and I
And it
just
gets
and it
everywhere, and I
gets
hate it.
everywhere. It's coarse, and it gets everywhere.
All right, Anakin.
this this thing's gross, dude. It gets you on your car, and then your car looks
Oh
like
yeah,
a oh, it's terrible,
bad.
dude.
And another thing too, like as we continue on our Florida rant,
Florida rant.
uh, is that it's also now we got past the point where it was really nice and cool weather, and now you're getting to that point where you're starting to see that heat start to come back in, and
Yeah, man.
summer's right around the corner, and God bless us all here in Florida.
Man. See, last summer I spent it mostly indoors. That's great.
Yes, yeah.
So I didn't really feel it that much, but there's been some summers here that a couple of years ago we had a summer that was brutal, man.
Oh yeah,
That was insanity. But the last couple of years, I want to say ever since lockdown, right? I
yeah.
haven't gone out too much in summer, and I really enjoy it not having to leave the house or the office or whatever. So it's good. It's good.
Yep.
But yeah, we're here. We're live. Joel, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. Been busy, life's been busy, but doing pretty well. Let's see. Before we get into where we'll talk about Mandalorian and Bad Batch. I did take a moment this last weekend. I had a free promo code to watch a Red Box. I'm like, yeah, why should I go watch a Red Box? And like all the stuff that was first there is like stuff that I've seen. And then I found out that they actually had the new Legion of Superheroes film, DC animated film there. I'm like, I'll pick this up, right? Get a chance to watch it. It's just crazy to me, Obed, how good DC animated is compared to their live action stuff. Like they really like even like their worst animated stuff is still better a lot of times.
Yeah,
Like from a story standpoint of what they do on film.
yeah.
And I'm just watching this other one. I'm like, okay, like here's another one. Solid, bro.
I know that they're really good, and I've watched a few here and there. I never been like super into it, right? But
Yeah.
I know that they're good. Like I didn't like and I think when it comes to Killing Joke, a lot of people the same complaint. Everyone had the same complaint. I had the same
Yeah.
complaint.
Yeah, I didn't like that
Yeah,
one. That was bad.
yeah. But before that, Flashpoint and all that is so good.
Oh, sure.
The Wonder Woman movies were really good too when they started doing
Yep.
those. Yeah, excellent, excellent, good stuff. Death
Yeah.
and Return of Superman was really good back in the day when they
Yep.
did that. That was great.
The Reign of Superman, the Death of Superman, they made like a three-movie arc recently over the last 4 years. Connected them again, redid the Doomsday storyline and phenomenal. Yeah, I mean, like, because this one was more around Kara. And I'm just like, you know how I'm pretty sure I've said it on the show a few times. If you go way back early years of No Load Time, you'll see, when how I've been very candid about how much I just did not like the Supergirl show. I just felt like, unfortunately, this is one of those characters that when you get introduction from the people who just watch cinema, they don't read the comics, they don't look at other lore that's their introduction to Supergirl. I feel bad for them, because like that's that's a lesser version for
It's
many of the
tough, yeah.
characters. Martian Manhunter, all of it, right? And I understand it's TV, so I don't be sensitive to that too. It's not like they could do too much crazy, but just in general, the treatment of the character. But then you watch something like this animated, it's like an hour and 20 minutes long, and you're like, that's
Yeah,
Supergirl, like that's
yeah.
Kara, that's how you do it. And it's not like she's there because Superman is any less, or she has to be lesser. Like she's her own character, and she's awesome. She shines. So I love that. Really enjoyed that for sure. But man, I think the interesting point, and I'll let you give your update just here in a second, but We were talking before the episode started. We don't have a DC "What are you doing" thing today, but if you remember Obed in the James Gunn presentation, he mentioned that going forward, all of your animated stuff is going to be connected to live action, like it's all canon. Well, the future projects that they do, unless they label it as Elseworlds. So I'm saying that on purpose to say like this one. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it was set up for actually a sequel if they wanted to continue on from the storyline that they made in this animated film. And most likely, we're probably not going to get it because since Gunn is now involved with all the production, I would imagine that most likely, this comes back to the point of him, clean slating it and connecting it to the movies. Now, the positive of it is like it's all connected. You'll just know. You don't need to be like, wait, what happened with the Flash here? What happened with this one here? Like it's all gonna make sense from a larger storyline. But the negative is if the movies are bad, does that make the animated movie get stuck? Like the animated movie is like an escape. It was a separate world than the
Yeah,
movie, the live actions. And you could be like, well, it's unfortunate the movie didn't do good, but have you watched this animated Wonder Woman that's really good? Like that could be a problem for some people. We'll see. Hopefully, let's be optimistic, right? Let's hope that it's
yeah,
all
yeah,
going to be
totally.
great and fine. But just an interesting thought I had.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see when they start putting out all that content, and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm sure that they'll course correct if needed.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that at least the first, I guess, phase of whatever their plan is, it works out. So we'll see. Um, I've finished all the like optional bosses on God of War Ragnarok, so got rid of all that. I'm only 3 trophies away from the platinum. Game is excellent, man. The game is really, really good, really good. And even after the main story's done, there's some, you know, hints of things to come or other things that happen, and there's conversations and whatnot. So very good. Though overall, excellent experience with that game. If only if I only have one gripe, and it's not really a gripe, it's because of the way the game is designed. Uh, Coming off of something like Elden Ring, right? And it's not fair. It's not a fair comparison. Not because Elden Ring is much better than God of War, because I think God of War is a really, really good product, right? Comparable in quality, and surpassing it in many ways to Elden Ring. But just the freedom Elden Ring and Horizon and all those games give you, where you can basically go anywhere. And God of War, there's a puddle, and you need to get to the other side, and you can't cross the puddle. It's like you're telling me that the God of War cannot cross the puddle to get to the platform that he needs to be. He needs to find a hook point to be able to swing over to another area to be
Mm.
able to go there. So it's like the I'm not a game designer, right? But the game designer in me kind of goes like, this is like it's clashing, right? With when you look at it with where you compare it with what's out there right now, and we're gonna get a new Zelda with a lot of verticality, and that was another game that you could go anywhere. So yeah, we'll see. But if I have only one gripe about that game, it'll be that. And I watched a movie that I enjoyed quite a bit. I finally watched No Time to Die.
Oh yeah, good. Talk
Yeah,
about it, man.
yeah, I really liked it. Really liked it. My wife didn't like it that much because of the ending. Spoilers,
Oh, okay.
huge spoilers going in, right? I think he went out like a champ.
All right.
He went out like a champ. Yeah, so it was good. It was good. Like, uh, it's again right. Like the ever since I want to say Skyfall, or like like the last three, like Skyfall, Spectre, and this one have so much Metal Gear in it, dude, that it's ridiculous. Like, bro, Like the thing, it's freaking Fox die, dude. Like it's Fox die. It's like it only affect it's nano machines that it's programmed to affect certain people and cause a heart attack or whatever and kill them. It's Fox die, dude. Hideo Kojima did this back in 1997 with Metal Gear
It's very
Solid.
original, very original.
Yeah, it's the same concept, dude. And it's like, oh my god, this is Fox Die, and I'm like watching the movie, talking to myself. I was like, it's just Fox Die, and they just ripped it off.
You can't be the only person that's thought that.
Oh,
That does make
totally,
sense.
yeah, man. It's totally that. Um, and we again get a sequence with Bond and the radar and Q on the headset, and it's
Yeah.
very Metal Gear, dude. So I enjoyed it quite a bit. Now that movie series is done, right? The five, um, I guess the Daniel Craig Bond series. Um, Untouchable, dude. Casino Royale, it's untouchable. That movie,
It's fantastic.
it's this is how disparate this list is, right? Because you got Casino Royale, dude. It's like one of top 10 for me, one of my favorite movies of all time. And probably after that you got Skyfall. Skyfall is real good.
I know.
Skyfall's real good. And then you got this one, and you got Spectre. And then all the way like disparately down at the freaking bottom is Quantum of Solace. It's like, wow. It's crazy.
Which has one really great scene, and that's it.
The car chase, right?
The music show, whatever.
Oh, when they're listening to like Volta or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah. That sequence is good. That sequence is good. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I'm glad you finally got to see it.
Yeah.
Any predictions of the next Bond? Like, if you have to pick it,
If I had to pick one, dude, if you give me one to pick, it'll be Henry Cavill.
yeah,
That would be my pick.
yeah,
Um, that said, there's, you know, I wouldn't mind Idris Elba.
yeah.
There's a couple of good actors out there that can they make the role theirs and do take it out for do a different spin on the character, but those would be like that. Those would be my like top two right now. Like, but again, it goes to like Henry's here, and then down here in the middle it's Idris Elba, and then you
Right.
keep going down. Kind of like
The
he like Henry Cavill is he's the Casino Royale of picks.
S tier.
Yeah, exactly.
Superman. No, would you? Did you see the rumors around Aaron Taylor Johnson
I did
having
see that.
meetings about that?
I
I
did
thought
see that.
that was a unique one. I would not go with that as my
That
first
you know what
guess.
I mean? He's a
But it's a unique
good
choice.
looking guy, right? He's British.
And the age too, you can do
Yeah,
a lot. Like the one of the negatives about having Idris is like you better hurry those up, right?
yeah. Totally,
Like he
totally.
can do it, but you need to like
Yeah.
because you like how Craig started to slow down in the end,
Oh no
right?
no yeah, dude. There's
So
like on this movie, you watch it right, and it's like, oh man, it's
yeah,
like you go back to Casino Royale. It's like, oh man, it's been like 15 years, and
yeah,
you can
yeah.
tell, right? You can
You can
tell.
tell, you can tell. Like he does a
Yeah,
great job, but it's been a
yeah,
long
totally,
time.
totally.
Like so that's the thing about like Cavill, right? Good choice
You
because
can
again, like you can go a
you
long
can get
time.
10
You can
years
go
out of Cavill
for
easy, and
sure.
have
And
3 movies at
he's
least.
faithful to franchises. Like
Yeah,
we know that.
yeah,
Dude will commit.
yeah,
And then yeah, but Aaron also is an interesting choice because like the age standpoint, you go younger, you get somebody who can last this for a while. Like
yeah.
unique.
I agree.
I can't wait to see what the future of Bond is. I don't think they should rush it. Like Tom Hiddleston, I know people wanted him. I don't. I like
No,
Tom,
no, no.
but I don't want him for
It
this.
no. I think he's a great actor, right? I just don't think that it fits well with his style of acting. So I mean, that's just my opinion, right?
Yeah. Like, would I
So,
watch it? Yes.
oh,
But
totally.
like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I just, I don't think that's the choice to make. But we'll see. I
Yeah.
could be wrong and but yeah,
Well,
just I thought I'd ask you that.
no, yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. So I'm good with the ending. I'm good with them. Actually making it like, he gave up his life to save the world, basically, kind of thing, and that's good. It was good. Um, if you compare it to the last of the Bond movies with Pierce Brosnan, talk about a Bond series that got progressively worse with each one, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Um, it's because
Yeah,
GoldenEye is real good,
it
right? And
is.
then Die Another Day, it's okay. And then you get the one that I totally forget what the title is.
Oh my gosh. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then
Uh,
Die Another Day, which is an awful, awful movie. Um, yeah.
and like I know some people really love like even Brosnan as being like Bond. I don't know, man. It was fine. Like
It was
it was very
fine.
like it
Yeah.
was very mid, as the kids say. Like he wasn't bad, but he wasn't like, oh my goodness.
He was fine. He
Where
was,
Craig, like this guy,
yeah. Yeah.
he made Bond.
Yeah, dude.
He made Bond a bad dude.
Dude, Casino Royale, I absolutely love that stinking movie, dude.
Yeah.
That was my first Blu-ray. That was my
Wow.
first Blu-ray. I still
That's
have that first
oh
copy. Yeah.
dating back to when Blu-ray was
2000,
first opening up
2006, man. When
yeah
that was my first Blu-ray that I bought. Yeah.
on your PS3.
Oh, but yeah, because I bought it with my PS3.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I liked it. Liked it. Looking forward to more Bond stuff. But let's talk Bad Batch first, sir, because it seems like they're ramping up to what seems to be a pretty lore heavy ending sequence with the this last few episodes that are left. We got what, 5 episodes left.
Yeah.
um I'm still trying to put together why those Palpy want the Silo Beast, because I know that in Clone Wars there was something that he wanted, but the Silo Beast could tell that Palpy was evil, and then that's why he said it's like, oh, it's okay, kill it, and that it's fine. We need to save Coruscant. Fine. Um, but then we get now another Silo Beast, and to what purpose, right? It's like, oh, maybe they want to do like blaster absorbing armor or something like that, right? But it's not clear to me. These things are usually pretty simple to put together, but in this case, it's hard. Like, I can't tell exactly why they need it. But good episode, really good episode, action packed. A little couple of reveals there at the end, and you know we'll see what happens. I'm sure that there's gonna be some, Omega's gonna be lost for a little bit there in the last couple of episodes, and rescue mission more than likely, bringing the team back together with Echo and Rex. And where the heck is Crosshair? Where the heck is the best character of the show, dude? I don't know, but no, but it was overall good episode. Like I said, lore heavy. Um, and again, kids show. You had the Empire wrangling up people just because they saw the
Bro.
beast.
Just they saw take your kids, take the
Wow.
wife, take everybody.
Wow.
That was
They
brutal.
had no shield, man. They're yeah, the Empire. But yeah, man, what do you think?
I really like this episode. I thought the same thing as you with from a theory standpoint around like, oh, are they using it to make armor, right? The beast. Because I'm like, well, if you shoot it, it doesn't do anything. Like that would be the best type of armor ever for your
Yeah.
soldiers, right?
Yeah.
That was just like a theory, but I don't feel 100% solid on that. We'll find out for sure, down the line, right? Now, the thing that's interesting, just looking at from the season as a whole, from where we are so far, right? Is we don't really have a very clear threading storyline. Like it's all very connected, but it's not like a major arc that we're seeing unfold. Every episode is kind of like mission based, connects one to another.
Yeah,
Not saying that they're throwaways by any means, but it's not very clear on what they're actually building up to. And I'm okay with this. Usually I'm not. Usually I'm the kind of person where I'm like, oh, I really want this cohesive thing. But each episode has been really nice in its own way. Like, yeah, you get your random Phantom Menace, pod racing episode, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'll take it, right?
yeah,
And then you get your episode like, like this last one here where it's like super spooky and freaky and the ship is just floating in
yeah,
space and it's like a alien movie, right?
yeah, yeah,
And I think that's fun. But this one in particular was the one that to me felt like, okay, now we're getting into like when like how Netflix they say like the last three episodes is when it gets real usually or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like this felt like, okay, I see where you're going now. This is about to get serious because now they need to take Omega and she's the only one who can get this scientist to actually do the work because the scientist sacrificed herself to make sure Omega got out away safe, right? When the Kaminoans were being taken down. Now, what I also enjoyed too is the setup at the end of Hunter saying, "Yo, we got to call in Rex and Echo." We had that whole episode about mourning. Oh, we
Oh
all gonna
yeah,
miss Echo and all
yeah,
those. Let's like call him in now, like two episodes later.
yeah,
You know, we we're gonna need help. But I do love the idea of having like the OG clones all together battling it out to save Kaminoan, scientists and Omega in theory.
yeah,
Although does Omega definitely still needs saving, but she's no damsel in distress. Like she's very smart. She's
yeah,
right
yeah.
there, with Tech and helping him, decoding
She's
the DNA and
resourceful. Yeah, yeah,
resourceful and she sees things that other people don't see. So I appreciate that. But no, I really look forward to seeing how it unravels because I do feel like this one was the one that really turned. And this new doctor that shows up,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
He's not from anything, right? He's new.
he's not from anything.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
like the Dr. Cushing, right? That was in the Mandalorian. Like it kind of gives you a similar feeling, like the one that was
Exactly.
watching over Grogu or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
So what does this connect to? I don't know, but I can't wait to find out. Obviously, that location is very heavy in lore for holding artifacts that are important to the Sith, things like holocrons and lightsabers and other things that other Star Wars fans have pointed out. I've seen that in a few different places that being pointed out, but
yeah.
why do they want to do also cloning
Well,
here?
yeah.
What are
Well, I
they
mean,
trying to clone?
that's Palpatine's like Plan
Is,
B,
is
C,
it
and D,
Snoke?
right?
Is it Is it the
It's all
Grogu
those
thing?
things,
Is it
right? Because it's like
yeah,
every this are all the contingency plans that Palpatine had in place, right?
yeah,
Just in case something would happen, right? It was like Operation Sender and all this other
yeah,
stuff, right? So like all these things that he left in place to happen, um, in case he died. It was like, well, you're the cloning facility. He can move his essence to clone body and all that, but the bodies decay rapidly, and then we got episode 9 and all that. So, uh,
right.
you know, I so I'm happy that Mando and Bad Batch are kind of doing what Clone Wars did for the prequels, which is
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
true.
fixing some of the like lore stuff that was off with the prequels and fixing it, and now they're doing sort of the same for the sequel trilogy. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Some of the problems they're addressing the problems, Joe. We'll see. But Mando season 3, episode 1, um, dropped, and yeah, it's Mando. Again, it's like this is the Star Wars show for the kid in me, and and whereas Andor was the Star Wars show for the grown up in me. And yeah, dude, I really enjoyed. It was fun. It was so much fun. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to explain. Like, it's no hate on Andor at all, but The Mandalorian, this series is Star Wars. Like, there's
Yeah,
no like so like someone else was watching it like the same time, and they literally said they were like, Joel, like this feels like Star Wars. Like, there's the music and what they're showing. I was like, I know, like
yeah,
that's like it. This is it. There's no you can't put it on and be like, "What are you watching?" Oh, that's like you know what it's about. From the budget, you can see it definitely increased in this
Oh
episode for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
what was it? The first episode of season two, you got like that one sequence that was really cool at the end, right? Where you get like the big worm beast thing, whatever that he's got to take down, right? With the marshal. And that you could tell, like, oh my goodness, that was a
Oh,
budget.
I
In
mean
the very
the Great Dragon.
beginning,
Yeah,
the Great Dragon, right?
yeah.
In the first few moments, you get the crocodile hunter sequence in the beginning.
You sent me that meme. It was so
I
stupid.
had to,
It was
bro. That
so
mess.
stupid, but so on
It
point.
broke me.
So on point.
Crocodile hunter. We have we have baptisms being prepared.
Yeah,
We got a lot of things coming this season,
yeah.
but really awesome from that standpoint. But how did you feel about the pirates?
Swamp Thing. The Swamp Thing, the pirate. No, pirates gonna be pirating. They're they were space pirates, all right, but that's about it. Will they show up again? Potentially, right? So that seems to be building into like something that will happen later in the season. So yeah, I mean it's not nothing too much to say about that. It's it's cool that they're that they're building kind of like a reputation around the galaxy, and like now space pirates are after them, right? And all
Right.
that. So yeah, no, I think the space battle sequence was really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was pretty good, man. And it's so good to see that and I know that we talked about it when we watched Boba Fett, but like seeing the Nubian ship back, it's so good, man. And just the sound design was really good, and it was, oh man,
And he does
it's
the
so
spin
good.
move, the same move
Yeah,
that Anakin does,
try spinning.
bro.
That's a good trick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, he
Oh
did.
man. It's like a Lamborghini in
He
space, dude.
spun basically. Yeah, yeah.
Super fast.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I this fun episode. I like the what's it the bubble freak people. I forgot
Oh
the
yeah, their
race.
species.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they were funny. I working with a droid. Title drop for the episode because I think that line was pretty good. Uh,
IG-11 coming back.
yeah, IG-11 coming back. That's cool. When it was like, oh yeah, they're bringing IG back. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Um, so that looks like it's gonna take a couple episodes for them to figure
And
it out.
connecting to the sequel lore by having the Babu Frick species people fixing it.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And be like the best like droid people in the galaxy, right? So
yeah.
yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was pretty funny, and Grogu was really funny. He just tried to hug one of them. It was like bad baby, bad baby.
Bad
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. That was really good. It was really,
I don't know if
it
you've
was
seen.
hilarious. I was laughing. I was like, oh,
Oh,
this is
same.
great.
I don't know if you've seen like there's Ray stuff coming out already about the second episode because I guess a lot of critics already got to see it.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen
And they're
anything.
saying like, oh, the first episode is fine, but the second one is really good.
Okay,
So
looking forward
I,
to
I
that.
really liked the first episode. I thought it was a fun time. But yeah, so hopefully next week we should have some big stuff to talk about.
Yeah, yeah, looking forward to that for sure. Cool. Joel, do you want to take a break and come back?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do that. Don't nobody go nowhere. We'll be right back. And we're back. Joe, unfortunately, last week we did not have the opportunity to talk about all the gaming stuff that happened, but it's all here. We'll get to talk to you guys about it. Um, Joel, you know what? Just for S and G's, uh, WB, what are you doing? Talk about one of the most underwhelming things that I have ever seen, Joel. I told you, man, this Suicide Squad game. Reminded me of Xbox's killer app, Crackdown. Um, uh, I don't know how I feel.
It's not looking good.
It's
Not
not
looking
looking
good.
good, guys. I'm sorry. Right, and I'm a huge Rocksteady mark. I think Rocksteady is it is absolutely a premier game studio. This is not good. Like, I don't know, man. Like, some of the combat looks fine. Like, it looks pretty to look at, right? It looks
Yeah.
next gen, but that's about it. Like, what are you doing? It's running around, blowing up turrets, and what else? And the
I mean,
Flash.
when you get to take on heroes, like that's gonna be the real highlight of it.
Yeah,
Like the boss fights. That's about it.
I guess, dude. But I just didn't feel it. I don't know. And I told you that. I've been saying it since the game was announced. That I told you, I was like, man, I'm not vibing with this game. I'm not, and it's unfortunate. And this game comes out soon, dude. Like May
Yeah, it's too
26th.
late.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Gotham Knights was not good. That's been a common theme. It wasn't terrible, but just wasn't what they were hoping it'd be. And then
Yeah,
now this one, like I thought, hey, Gotham Knights may not be good, but this is Rocksteady. This will be fine.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Man, so it's funny because I just pulled up the Kotaku article talking about doing the recap for the state of play, and yeah, dude, like, and I didn't read this part, right? I was like, yeah, it looks like Crackdown 3 mixed with Anthem.
Oh no. Two very, very disastrous marks.
No,
Wow.
no, guys. I don't know. Um, there's stuff that's got got leaked at WB, right? Because there's an earnings call, and they said that their Mortal Kombat 12 is coming out this year. That was We're not supposed to talk about that, I guess. And then Ed Boon went out there. It's like, yeah, it's true. We're working on it. Dang it. Thanks for spoiling the surprise. Uh, so I don't know, man. I'm really concerned about this game, especially when you have, uh, you know, so many quality. You could see what happened to Avengers, man. Like Avengers, they try to do this already, right? How many times are you gonna try and do this and fail, right? Anthem try to do this, Avengers try to do this, and Crackdown try to do it back with the Xbox One. It's never worked. So it's never worked, and it's funny because like the first game that did it is still like by far the most popular one. That's Destiny. So like Destiny 2 is still very very popular, and they're the only ones that have been able to do this. I guess you know in a proper way. So it's I don't know, man. I'm they should have like they should have just done another Batman game. It's like, what are they doing this thing, man? That's what
Yeah.
people want, right? I don't know what DC's problem is with like too much Batman. It's like it's like when Gotham came out, and remember, no, it's not, no Batman, and like with friggin' Titans and all the other like CW shows. No Batman. It's why, dude. It's what sells. And you're coming out of a very successful Batman movie. Not only a great Batman movie, a great movie. Yeah, and you gotta give people what they want, man. You can't keep pulling these things. I don't know, but
I will,
I don't know if you have anything else to add. But I
yeah,
not my cup of tea.
with this.
This thing's going against Zelda anyway, so it's gonna get destroyed.
Oh my gosh, wow. I mean, but this comes back to our conversation in the beginning, right? We're talking about what's up, and I was talking about the animated stuff and how there's also going to be cohesion, right? So, like, this has obviously been in the pipeline for a long time. It's going to come out great, but I'm optimistic, hopeful for the future because after we get through this, like anything that comes out going forward has to be connected to their films. So maybe they'll put more thought into making sure that, hey, this is, nothing that's going to be harmful to the franchises. Oh, but remember back in the old days when you would have games based on movies like the Spider-Man 3 video
Yeah,
game and like
Amazing
the Return of the
Spider-Man.
King video game and like like all these different games based on like just to
Yeah, movie
to put
tie-ins.
out tie-ins with
Yeah,
movies being released. And plenty of times the games had nothing to do necessarily with the movie aside from just being the IP. But that was like a thing growing up,
and
right?
they were mostly bad. I would say 80% of those games were trash.
Most of them were not good.
And every once in a while you'll get the one that surpasses expectations, and you get the Wolverine Origins game, which is better than
Oh,
the
better than the
movie.
movie. Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah,
So
man.
like so like that's my point is like is that where we're heading back to? Are we heading back to having games that
WB
are going to
is,
be
I don't
very
know,
close?
like WB is doing
Because
it.
we'll see,
I
bro.
doubt that Marvel and like Marvel like
No, Marvel's not.
props to Marvel and Disney overall, like Marvel and Star Wars, because they were able to give studios the chance to make what they wanted, right? Square Enix wanted to do that
Spider-Man.
live service thing with Avengers. It failed, right? They tried, right? They were, I think, the Guardians is absolutely phenomenal game, dude.
Nice.
Guardians is really freaking good, but it's a, it's single player, story based, uh, linear experience, and it worked, right? Um, we see how successful Sony is with Spider-Man, and and Fallen Order now, Bus for Jedi Survivors building, and now they're saying, oh yeah, we want to make this cast this thing a trilogy, so you know, uh, clearly something's working, right? But then you go back to WB. Granted that they're doing really well with the Hogwarts, and that's great for them, right? That game's
Yeah.
the bus on that game is phenomenal, and that's good for them. But you can't you can't start doing like movie tie-ins, right? You got to be able to expand the story, and that's what the Star Wars games are doing. It's expanding the lore, expanding the uh, the
Right.
the characters, right?
Hmm.
But then you have Marvel doing something totally different. That they're basically uh, giving creative freedom to this other studios to be able to do what they want to do with their properties. Um, which reminds me, I don't have it on the list, but I don't know if you saw the Evo lineup for this year. Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3 is back.
It's
So
back.
now there's more rumors. I don't know. I don't know if there's gonna be a proper Marvel sequel now. That the none of the all the ducks are in a row over with the properties, but a boy can dream. And those games are still very good. They're very cheap. Like if you're interested in buying Ultimate Marvel 3, it's on PSN for like $10. I think I got it for like $7 when I bought it. Because I got the two physical versions on PS3, like the original one that came out and Ultimate, and then I bought a digital version on PS4 because it was like on a super sale, like $7.
Wow.
But yeah, man.
Get on Disney though, letting them
Yeah,
get on
yeah,
Disney, letting these IPs go out and do it in a safe way. We'll see what happens with Warner Gaming side because right now they're in a tough pickle.
yeah, yeah. So, like we mentioned, state of play happened. We're only going to talk about the things that matter to us. A bunch of PSVR stuff that's excellent, right? They have this new
Looks
thing.
good.
Yeah, they have this new device that's out there. A lot of these games look really good. So, yeah, no, good for them. Uh, this game, Chia, got another trailer. That game looks really good. I don't know about you, man, but it looks good, and it's gonna be on PlayStation Plus Extra. If you have that tier, is gonna be available. So it looks like now they're starting doing the day to day thing like Game Pass, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is what I like. I
yeah,
like to
man.
see that.
Yeah, so this is great. So this is the selling point, right? It's like when you have this sort of partnership games that you can put out on Extra, and that's a attractive for I guess users that don't have the extra service. March PS Plus was announced. Battlefield 2042, Minecraft Dungeons, which is actually published by Xbox Game Studios, uh, coming,
Crossover.
yeah, coming to PlayStation Plus, and Code Vein, which was like an anime Dark Souls kind of thing. I may check that out later this year because I got too much already in my plate. There's a Naruto game that seems to be a compilation, kind of like what they did with the JoJo game that came out few months ago. Basically, they're taking everything and making a big game out of all the past few games. Um, Street Fighter Six, the last three characters for um, the I guess the base roster got announced. A lot of hype behind this game again. Um, yeah, I'm 100% in, man. It's like I'm in. I'm in Street Fighter. I pre-ordered already, like of course, but I'm in. Like this game looks really good.
If it
So,
has Obid's blessing, it must be well.
oh man, yeah, no, this game looks good, dude. Like it legit looks good. It looks different enough where it's gonna take me some time to get used to because it has a lot of really like good and different mechanics. So yeah, I can't wait to give it a try, dude. And then RE4, this stupid game, to quote Maximilian, dude, when he said, "Is the best game ever about to become the best game ever again?"
Again,
And it's like basically right because this game, dude, like even the old game, you play it, and this game is good, dude. This game is still good. The PS2 version is still good. And then this is just taking it like above and beyond what that game was, dude, and expanding and it looks so freaky and creepy now because they have proper lighting. So, yeah, incredible. There was another gameplay demo that was released I think yesterday. Um that's out there. I don't want to see anything else. I've seen plenty. The game comes out in like 2 weeks or a week and a half.
oh
So
yeah, 24th.
yeah. So games right around the corner. So I'm good. And yeah, and then we talked about Suicide Squad. So that is what there was over with the set of play. Kind of like a segue because I talked about Street Fighter Six. Um, Capcom, they're bringing the money, man.
Yeah.
So they announced that the Capcom Cup will have a prize pool of over $2 million, with first place getting $1 million.
Obed, you need to enter.
so so they finally get esports money, dude. It's like I probably have better chances of winning the lottery than actually winning Capcom Cup.
Don't let your dreams be dreams, Obed.
Oh, come on. Yeah, I know.
I'll be out there cheering for you.
Oh man, killing me over here.
No, he's gone. He's gone, guys. That's
I'm going.
it.
I was going
That's
for it.
it.
I was going for it. I died for a second there. I came back. Uh, um, but yeah, it. Keep in mind that Capcom Cup is it's not only a tournament. This is a series of events that you have to win in order to be able to qualify for the finals, like Evo, CEO, all these other events that happen throughout the year. So all those events give you points for the ranking, and that's how you enter Capcom Cup. So good stuff. It's great to see esports money on Street Fighter and fighting games. This is huge. I'm hoping that Bandai Namco follows suit and put money behind Tekken when Tekken comes out. I don't think Tekken's gonna be out this year. Tekken 8. I think it's gonna be like a maybe early 2024 game, dude. I mean, I wish it would have released. Who knows? It could release late this year, but I still think it's gonna be like an early 2024. And I'm hoping that they bring it too. And I say that it's about time, man, because you know fighting games were esports before esports was esports, basically. And I respect the community for I guess gatekeeping and being and pushing back against big corporate interest in getting in and keeping it grassroots. But but yo, you're gatekeeping the community and then at the same time complaining that there's no money. At some point, at some point you gotta grow up, and this was the turning point. I think the turning point, and I think that not only top players are shooting for this prize. This is gonna bring in people like me that have no chance of winning, but they're gonna go in and participate, right? So yeah, this is excellent news. I don't know if you have anything else to add, but I think this is great.
No, I think it's great too. I'm happy to see it surviving and thriving, and I love the amount of prize winnings going out there. I just want to see you out there, Obed.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's gonna happen. I gotta, I guess dust off the fight stick. I mentioned it to my daughter, and she's like, "You gotta go." It's like, dude, I gotta get wiped. she's, I was like, I gotta get wiped. I gotta start practicing. It's like I can't. Like, there's
You gotta
people.
go the Rocky
So,
montage. You're
but
like training for
here's the
this.
thing, right? There's already people out there practicing on a cracked version of the beta on PC. They're ahead of me, right? What am I gonna do? Come in and cheese them out? Nah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, man. Um,
Oh man.
so I mean, we'll see. I mean, who knows, right? I may go to one of those casual events around the area because I know there's casual events here and there. So we'll see. Oh, again, man,
I'll be there. Good. You
If
got this.
CEO was back in Orlando, I'll probably just put my name in there. But
Yes.
I
Yeah.
ain't driving to Daytona. I
Me either.
ain't gonna. If you know, you know.
If you know,
If
you
you know, you
know.
know. Um, Joel, a potential new Lord of the Rings movie series is in discussion. I guess, Warner, what are you doing? Oh no, no, I don't want to play it again. But which apparently I heard that Peter Jackson may be involved again with it.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be disconnected from what Amazon's doing. This is more of the
Mm-hmm.
Peter Jackson continuation. Where you go from there, right? Do you go? Do you go? Do you do like far future? Do you do 1,000 years after Frodo's gone? Do you do that, or what do you do, man? What do you think?
Yeah, that's the part that's not extremely clear to me is that yeah, they want Peter Jackson back, but do they want him to come back to continue on with his existing universe, or are they ask him to come back and do a reset? To me, it would imagine be more of a continuation, but I'm not sold on that because look, it's been already like over 20 years since the Fellowship of the Ring. You're at the place now where you could entertain conversations around remaking some of these. It's
Ooh,
soon, I'm not, it's
Ooh.
soon, but I'm not gonna say it's too soon.
But the problem is that
Um,
they hold up, though.
they do. But also, if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna get Peter back and you're gonna do this stuff, technology is really great. You know, prosthetics, makeup, all the stuff's gone better. Cameras gone better. You can take, you know, 3, 4 years and start this plan out. Like, don't rush it, but at least have it in production from now. So when we're looking at theoretically closer to 2027, 2028, like getting closer to a new decade, that's when these things start to come out. At that point, what Amazon's already done is probably getting wrapped up, right? Because they're only saying 5 seasons, I think, is what they're contracted for.
Yeah.
It's a prequel series. What you do with this is as a remake. If not, you have to jump somehow forward, or you have to somehow create a spin-off storyline. But how do you call it Lord of the Rings and it's not about the rings? You know what I mean? Like that's what makes it challenge because that's what I like about what they're doing with the Rings of Power,
Yeah.
because like it is fully about the way they ended this last season. It's like,
Yeah.
yo,
It's the
we're
Rings
gonna
of
go
Power.
through
Yeah.
every single bit of the rings that are being made. You are going to see the origins of this happen in this series, and
Yep.
I love it. I know people feel differently, and they only want their Peter Jackson series, and I also like the Peter Jackson one, so I'm one of the weird people that like both. Okay,
You
like
like the Hobbit
I.
movies, Joe? You're weird.
Oh, hot movies are okay. They're okay.
They're
Um,
okay.
they're right.
I
They're
think
mid. They're mid.
what happened with the Hobbit movies is that um I think they go a little bit off the rails with some of the
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
the musical number on the first one. I think the first one's the more egregious out of all of them.
Agreed.
I think the second one's really good, and the third one was good. That extended version's weird because you have like
The
really violent stuff happening.
I've never seen it. I always wanted to
You
check that
always
out.
asked me, and then we went on lockdown,
And the world
and
shut
the world shut
down
down.
3 years later.
Oh my gosh, dude!
No, it's all good. It's all good, dude. Yeah, but to me, like the weird stuff was like the forced romance thing with the dwarves and all. Like it started getting like
Yeah,
none of this stuff ever happened with the elves,
and
and
then the and then
I don't know.
yeah, exactly, because they're none of that happened. Like,
No,
yeah,
very
so
shoehorned. But yeah, I personally would be more of the mindset like if you're gonna do this, just commit and just make it new. Now, it doesn't mean Peter Jackson's actually making them, but he's like producing them or he's very involved in the process.
I want to scream right now, Joe.
Oh,
No, because we didn't
no.
say it, but the stream on Facebook didn't go up because we were having issues with our streaming platform. But I just saw that the stream's up on Facebook, and I did,
No
and I
way.
didn't start it. But
Oh no.
no, so
Well,
you can watch it on YouTube and Twitch. Sorry, Facebook guys.
it's okay. YouTube's where it's at.
Yeah, you just where it's at.
Subscribe.
Yep, yep. Set up a scribe like that kid in that video. But yeah, going back to the rings. Yeah, I think if they do like a far future thing, right? But you can't call it Lord of the Rings because it's done.
The
You
rings
know,
are, yeah, you destroyed
unless
the One Rings for one.
unless you do the Shadow of Mordor stuff. I think Joel died now. Oh no! Oh no! Where's Joel? Joel froze. Oh
Ooh,
oh,
be good.
you're back.
I,
You're
s-
back.
I'm, I hear you.
You're back.
I hear
Okay.
you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Shadow of
Okay.
Mordor. What do you think if they go that way?
That actually, like, now that you just put that out there, like that's all I want now. Like you putting it out there, like that makes too much sense to
Yeah.
not do.
Yep. Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know if you heard the description from Zaslav. They want to Star Wars this thing. Like they want to make it where it's like multi-franchises, TV shows, movies, whatever. And I don't agree with that. Like that's not how Lord of the Rings works, in my humble
No.
opinion.
It's
Um, but but that's the issue that I'm having. Like, I would like them just to make another installment, another series, but I don't know about going that big yet.
Play the song again. I want to play it again.
Roll it again.
Roll, yeah, roll it again.
Roll it
Play
again.
play a song if you know you know. But yeah, we'll see. Joe, last bit of news that I have here is that Luminous Productions, the studio in at Square Enix that were in charge of Final Fantasy 15 and Forspoken, are being absorbed back into Square Enix. So this studio was spun off after Final Fantasy 15 was done to be able to do like cutting edge kind of thing, projects that they wanted to do. Forspoken did not do very well critically, and I think commercially it's not doing really well either. But they are at least not closing the studio, but they're absorbing it back into Square Enix. They have DLC plans for Forspoken, and yeah, we'll see. But wish this guy's luck. I know that they're a very talented group of people. I don't know where the game fell off track and started being something else, but at least we have that. They Square Enix is able to keep that talent and maybe reuse them in some future projects. So
Yeah.
there's
If you're going to Square Enix, you're gonna be fine. Those guys know what they're doing.
yeah, yeah, and they're just being like rolled back. Like they're not
Right.
getting laid off or they're just basically getting it's like, oh yeah, you were spun off now. It's kind of like what happened to Kojima Productions when Kojima left Konami, or when Kojima was fired of whatever happened. Right? We probably never know. That's like Bob Chapek territory. We'll never know
Oh,
exactly what happened with Kojima.
those people are sworn to secrecy. Whoever
Yeah,
those people who know,
yeah,
there's documents that have been signed.
yeah, bro.
Not trying to
So
get on Disney's bad side, but we know, we know.
Basically when Kojima left Konami, uh, Kojima Productions was absorbed into Konami, and Kojima, because he's his name, he was able to open his production studio. So, um, yeah, I don't know. Uh, Hopefully they can work something out. Maybe they can do like a you know and yeah, if they do it like an enhanced version of Final Fantasy 15 with like better although towards the end, right after all the updates, the Royal Edition has a pretty good I want to say quality of life updates that are really good. So yeah, maybe do a graphics overhaul and do like a next gen version of it. That game's fantastic. I was actually watching a video yesterday on Final Fantasy 15 and kind of teared up again because that game is so good, man. Like
Good. It's a good game.
that game connects with you, man, and you get to that ending and you're like the Choco Bros. I love them. So, yep. Oh, I think Joel just derped again. Oh no. Hey, there you're
Uh,
back.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm still here.
Yeah, you,
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still
you,
here. It's
you,
good.
you,
Final
you
Fantasy
took
15 is good.
some
Still saying
something
it's good.
something's going on with the internet though, because I just ran a speed test and there's a bunch of websites reporting like issues. So
Oh, whoa.
stuff's happening in the internet. Joe, so we got for today, man. But in the meantime, where can people find us?
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for sticking with us for today's episode. We want to encourage you to stay subscribed to our podcast. So make sure you're subscribed on podcast platforms of your choice, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon Music. Check us out on your podcast platform of choice. Hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Also, subscribe to the video version on our YouTube,
Uh oh.
the
Yeah,
No
yeah,
Load Time YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends and family. I'm still here.
you're here.
No,
You're here. You're good.
you good?
You're good.
Okay, cool,
Keep
cool, cool.
going.
Sorry. Make sure you share with your friends and family. Keep no load time going. We don't get money for these episodes, and we're not asking you to send us a check. We're asking you to hit the subscribe button. That's free support right there that we really appreciate. Also, make sure you're following us on social media at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You also can follow us on No Load Time altogether on Twitch. And last but not least, if you have a question, comment, or feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Maybe, just maybe, we'll even talk about what you send in on a future episode. Obed, much more to come. We'll see everybody on our next episode.
We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe. Have a good weekend.